I was in a Chick-fil-A line, and I had gotten the results that it was a boy and that I was high risk for Down syndrome. The baby was high risk for Down syndrome. I'm like, I'm not mad that this is happening. I'm confused. You know, did I do something? If you don't, you might not have a chance to live. I went in to go see her because I was seeing her weekly for a couple days at this point. And that Thursday, they did not find a heartbeat on him. We sat there and prayed, and we didn't know, I'm like, okay, so yeah, we just call it to the Lord. I don't even feel like Naomi replaces him.
I don't think everything happens for a reason, but I think God works all things together for the good.
Jump forward into the Lord's arms.
Hey friends, this is Betsy with the Wildly Seen, Totally Loved podcast. On this show, we talk to real people about what God is doing in the hard places of their life. We know these testimonies are going to encourage your faith, so we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Hey friends, Christina here. Betsy and I want to thank you for joining us on this journey of the Wildly Seen, Totally Loved podcast. Before we get started today, we just wanted to remind everyone that this ministry is supported by listeners like you. Would you be interested in partnering with us today? Wildly Seen, Totally Loved is offering sponsorship packages that will promote your business on our show and are also accepting donations. If you would like more information on sponsorships, please send us an email to wstlpod@gmail.com. Find our donation link and email address in the show notes below. Thanks again for listening, and we hope you enjoy this conversation just as much as we did. Welcome back to Wildly Seen, Totally Loved. It is 2026, and we cannot wait to get you more episodes. And today we have a guest, Maci Clayton, to share an awesome testimony. And so we're so glad you're here. Can't wait to get started. Maci, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm such a fangirl for this podcast. I really am. Yes, my name is Maci Clayton. I am a wife, a mom to 3 babies. They're still babies to me. Yeah. To LJ, Cody, and Naomi. LJ is 5, Cody is 3, and Naomi is 3 months. Yesterday.
That is a whole load.
That is a lot. Yes.
It's sweet. It's so sweet. I love it. Yes, my husband is Levi, and I am a teacher and a coach in Holly. Born and raised there, and
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yep. And this is my first coaching gig. This is all I've known. So
yeah.
Started there, and I'm still there on year 7. And I teach high school special education and head softball coach and coach junior high volleyball.
That's plenty.
So I got to know, are you and your husband high school sweethearts?
No.
No?
Where's he from?
He's from Stanford.
Oh, okay.
We did not meet. Right. And he's 6 years older than me. So.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't think about the math of when I was in school.
It doesn't matter when you get out of high school.
Yeah,
I agree.
To a point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Safely.
I mean, if he's 40 and you're 20, we might need to talk about
it. No, we met. I was in college. He was. That's part of the story a little bit.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, we can.
We'll hold on.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
So tell us about high school senior Maci. Who was high school senior Maci?
Man, I was super involved. I kind of feel like it's a little bit now. I just feel like I'm still very involved in the school.
Yeah.
I take pride in where I'm from. And so, I think that reflects a little bit from when I was in high school. But definitely lost. I was, definitely about myself. Mm-hmm. My parents were divorced. So, I actually had just moved out of living with my dad and moved with my mom my junior to senior year because of silly boy stuff. But
we all have that silly boy stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Hindsight.
So much growth.
Hindsight.
So much growth from that.
Yes.
If I knew then what I know now, how my decisions would have been better.
Yes. 100% yes. But played sports. I was student council president, but my love was for softball. I was involved with basketball and powerlifting, and I was good at those things, but I really loved softball. So, yeah.
And where did you go to college?
So I played softball at Cisco for 2 years, and then I transferred to ETBU thinking I was going to play softball, offered to play softball. But that was the summer I met Levi. And so I did end up going to ETBU, but I didn't follow through with softball. But finished an academic year there, and then I transferred to Hardin-Simmons and finished out there.
Cool, sweet.
So,
Okay, cool.
So where did you come to know the Lord along the way?
oh man. So, growing up, wasn't really involved in the church at all. Softball, though, thankfully, it's just so cool how softball has played such a role in my life. But I was involved in travel softball, and the coaches were local. I don't know, y'all might know them. Brandon Newton, Sean Chastain.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, yes. Okay.
So they were my coaches, and they got me involved in going to Nugent, where Brandon is the pastor now, but
Yeah.
Sean at the time was also going there.
Gotcha.
And so they just invited us one time, or invited me and my sister, because we were playing softball, and we went and got involved with the youth and would go. And at the time, my dad wasn't going. He wasn't involved. My parents were already divorced at this point. Slowly my dad would start coming in, so he started taking us. And but it was still up and down. It wasn't consistent or anything like that. And I really don't remember being too involved. Middle school to high school, would be involved in FCA things, and thought I was doing good things, but definitely did not have a deep relationship with the Lord. I was, when I was going to church, I know we went to church camp, things like that. I did get saved during that time point, and got baptized in Fort Phantom Lake.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Still remember it, but yeah, and so really was along the way, especially middle school and high school, lost not a deep relationship with the Lord at all. And then when I got into college, I reconnected with Sean, and because I was going to school in Cisco and he was preaching in Cisco. So and then I got offered a job at Solid Rock Camps, and that's where I met my husband.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I think I knew that. Yes,
Okay.
I love that.
So met him there, and then we started dating the summer after that, and but yeah, I mean, since college up to now is really when I understood like what a relationship with the
Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that helped too, being with Levi. Like he helped strengthen that relationship.
Your relationship with the Lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yes.
Takes away the silly guy situations when you have a leader, when you have somebody that is actually pursuing the Lord.
And that, to me, with the age gap, I think played such a huge role, because he was already like living life.
Yeah.
I mean, he was doing things like silly things, but like cooking, like where I'm, in college, making microwave meals. I'm not. So it was sweet to have just a mature man and meet him. And
That's cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah,
I love
very
that. Okay, so let's talk about a wilderness season where you know that the Lord's seen you in, pulled you through it, from a high school senior to today.
Man. Well, so COVID year 2020, I had LJ. We had LJ. That's my oldest son. And 2 years after, we had Cody. And we strategically tried to plan around softball season. I hate saying that because it like makes it sound like it sounds like I'm trying to take control over, and
but there's some planning that comes. It helps a little if you
and
can.
We were so blessed to be able to have kids like around that time and be, things like that. So we tried the 2-year gap with all of our kids. That's what we were trying. So after Cody, when it was 2 years, we had tried again. And we were pregnant with a little boy, and we named him Mason. So with all of my babies, I did chromosomal testing. Really, we did it with LJ and Cody to see, with all the babies, to see their gender. That's what we wanted to know.
For sure.
You didn't really think about chromosome at the time. You don't think about that. Well, with our third baby, I had gotten the results. I was in a Chick-fil-A line, and I had gotten the results that it was a boy and that I was high risk for Down syndrome. The baby was high risk for Down syndrome. And I remember just being like, whoa, this was like not what I expected.
Yeah, that's a heavy load to take on in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you, Lord, for the chicken. I don't really know how to. So anyways, that was just really a lot for me, not having been, I guess if you want to say, exposed to that personally.
Yeah.
And so I didn't know what that looked like. Of course, ton of unknowns were just flying through my head. The doctor didn't call me. I was like, what in the world? Like, I was just, and so of course my first call was to my husband, telling him about that. And I think that he might have taken it a little bit hard. I don't know that he took it harder, but he was like, well, we don't know that any of this is true. How do we know? It just says there's a possibility. And I'm like, I'm not mad that this is happening. I'm like confused. You know, did I do something wrong? You know, all the unknowns. You don't know.
Yeah.
And then I felt guilty for, you know, even saying that, like, did I do something? Why am I not happy about, you know, having a baby boy right now? And so lots of guilt.
Wow.
Anyways, so it was I still had life to go through. And it was a game day that day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I still remember all of that. Like, it was just like, that is vivid in my brain. Well, my husband told me, you need to call the doctor and like, let's talk about that. My doctor was on vacation.
Perfect timing.
She wasn't on vacation. I think she was on a mission trip. So she was doing.
She wasn't on duty.
Yeah, doing the Lord's work for sure. So she did call me. I think that was a Thursday. She called me that Monday, I believe. And she was very apologetic. Like, she was like, I'm so sorry that those results got sent out to you before. And she said, I do want to let you know, like, these tests are pretty accurate, but this is not a confirmation of his diagnosis. We'd have to come in. And she talked about some things, like we could do an amniocentesis. Synthesis. I don't know how to say it. Synthesis, yes. Right. The needle in the belly. And I was like, oh, no, ma'am. Like, whether he has Down syndrome or not is not going to change the way that I, you know,
proceed with pregnancy.
Yeah. And she said, okay. So I went in that next week, and I know that they did, it was around 11 weeks at that point that they, there is an imaging that they do on all babies, checking the neck, and then I think fluid around. And there was some things that, again, showed positive results towards the Down syndrome, like the thickening of the neck. And she talked about the fluid. I don't know. A lot of it is a blur now. But again, we do think that he does have Down syndrome. And I'm like, okay, well, like, okay, thank you for this. And so they referred me to a specialist at that point. And we had doctor's appointments with her. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to mention her name, but I won't. Okay. But she was incredible. Yeah. So good. So incredible. Made it very personal for me. We had gone in, I don't even know at what point this was, to check everything. And we found out that he had a heart defect. And that was hard. That was really hard, because we were like, what does this mean for us? And she had told us that, I couldn't even tell you what the heart defect was exactly, what was going on. But it was going to mean, he was going to need surgery right away at birth. And so that was a lot too. Like, a little baby having a heart surgery, what? Yeah. And so she referred us to Cook's in Fort Worth. And I think at this point I was around, I don't know, like 20 something weeks at this point. I was in the second trimester for sure. And so like at this point, me and my husband had come to the fact, like, we announced it. Because I was hesitant. And then that's when I felt guilt of like, why would I hold back on celebrating this sweet, precious baby? Like, that's crazy. Anyways, so we announced it. We had told our family about the diagnosis, things like that. And they were so supportive, letting us know that he was so loved. We named him Mason. And so, anyways, we go to Cook's, and I want to say I was like 27 weeks, something like that, 26, 27. And we see so many specialists. We see like the maternal medicine, and we see the cardiologist, and we see, because he had some other things that were going on with him as well, like with his gastro. Mm-hmm. So we saw all of them. Well, the cardiologist told us, it is definitely confirmed that he has that. He's going to need surgery. And he walked us through. I mean, they are like
amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I was like, wow, you are so gifted. Yeah. And he told us what kind of surgery he would do. He drew it out. We were like, wow. We felt so much peace at Cook's. We were like, Levi and I talked about it. Like, we were sitting in the waiting room of like the lounge area, and I just remember him like looking at me. He was like, do you feel okay? And I'm like, I feel so much peace. Like, I'm so glad we came here. Like, this is so reassuring.
Kind of takes away a lot of the unknowns.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. And it's like, even if there were, it's like, I feel okay about it. Yeah. Like, we're taken care of. And it kind of puts you like perspective. We talked about that. This is like bringing so much perspective, because we saw other kids there, like, that were in different shapes than what we were going through. So I was very thankful that the Lord gave us so much peace about that. So we met with the gastro first, we met with the cardiologist, and then we met with the maternal medicine. That was really for me. Yeah. And they did a sonogram, and the doctor, you could tell in her face, she was just like real concerned. She didn't speak English very well. And so I was like really trying to pick up on what she was saying. And she was like, really, she came to the conclusion of like, you need to have this baby right now. And we're like, what? Like, we just came up
while
here.
you're at Cook's?
Yeah,
and shot with the maternal medicine doctor?
Correct.
Okay.
And we're like, right now, our babies are at home. Like, it's just me and my husband. We're like, she goes, yes, ma'am. Like, y'all need to go. She was talking about how Mason had a growth restriction. He was growth restricted. And she was like, if you don't, like, he might not have a chance to live. And so we're like, okay. Okay. And so I said, can we have some time together, please? And so we can discuss. Absolutely. Just, y'all let me know. So we go into this tiny, weird little office. I mean, it was weird. I was like, and I just start, of course, crying. And I'm like, Levi, what do we do? And he's like, I don't know what to do either. And I'm like, okay, well, like, we got to pray. Like, that's all I know what to do. So we sat there and prayed, and we didn't know, like, I'm like, okay, so yeah, we just call it to the Lord, just like asking, like, Lord, do we do this? Do we go to the hospital and have Mason right now? I mean, he's so little, and is his heart even going to be able, like, is it big enough to have surgery? Like, what's going on? And so after we prayed, we discussed too, and just said, like, we came to the conclusion of, let's call my doctor back home. Let's see what she thinks. This seemed so forward. It seemed like so much. It was like overload, and we were not expecting it. And so we came to that conclusion of, we're just going to call our doctor. She told us, she said, okay, that's fine, but I'm going to let you know now, like, you need to come on Monday. You can have the weekend to figure out what you're going to do, but you need to come on Monday. And so we just said, okay, like, that's what we're going to do. So on the way home, I call my doctor and called her. I don't even know how I had her cell phone number, but I did. And she answered, and I was like, wow, okay, thank you, doctor. And she was so calm and told us, I think you made the right decision on coming home. We have a neonatal specialist here in Abilene, and I will have him look at your images, and we will talk on Monday. And I'm like, okay, but she wants us to come in on Monday. She's like, we'll just do that. I'm like, okay, great. That makes me feel better too. Like, you are kind of overriding what, that doctor says, who doesn't know us. And so she did. The neonatalist, all that came to pass. I mean, we felt at peace with it. We were like, okay. We went into my doctor's office on that Monday, and the neonatalist, neonatologist, came and talked to us, and he told us that our chances were pretty low of him surviving. And so that was hard. That was heavy. And but we kind of just, we're at this point of like, we know everything is just big right now. So what's one more thing is what it felt like. And so he said, but it's not impossible. So I was like, okay, that's all I needed to hear too.
Yeah.
And he was very confident in like what he could do to help Mason survive. And so my doctor told me, Maci, at this point, we will let you make the decision on whether you want to deliver him or you just want to ride it out until he comes naturally. And I'm like, that's what we settled on, was letting him just come naturally. Like, Lord's timing is really what I was like. I was like, I know, like, if he is supposed to come naturally, he will. If he's not supposed to, he won't.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, that's what we decided on, and they were all for it. And we went with that. And I was still seeing the specialist in Abilene. And so that was a Monday. And that Thursday, I went in to go see her because I was seeing her weekly, well, like a couple days at this point. And that Thursday, they did not find a heartbeat on him. And it's so crazy, though. Like, I feel like I knew. It's like it was a mother's intuition. Like, those days leading up, I like not felt movement. And so I was like, I'm like pretty certain. And I told my husband that too. I was like, I really don't think Mason's moving anymore. And he was like, you don't know that? Like, I was like, no, like I really do feel like I know.
Yeah.
And so that Thursday, I remember the woman doing the sonogram. She was like, it's like at that point, I feel like I could read it. Yeah. I couldn't, but I felt like I just knew. And when she was doing the heartbeat, I knew, like, I could see the signs and that there weren't any. And she showed it. I mean, she had she was like, she goes, I'm so sorry. I'm not supposed to share this. Like, I'm not supposed to say that. I can't find a heartbeat. And again, at this point, I really did already feel it. It was just a lot. Yeah. And thankfully, my husband was there. Yeah. And so, you know, she walked out. And they gave us a ton of time at that point to just breathe and, like, come to the realization of it. And, so we knew that, obviously, he had passed some point in between those days, Monday and Thursday. And my doctor came in, and she was so kind and so sweet and soft. And, was just there for us. And ended up, because I was so far along, I had to deliver him, which was like, I like couldn't believe that. I was like, are you serious? Like, I didn't want to have to do this, but sorry. And I don't even know when we delivered him a couple of days after that, I believe, because she told me too, my doctor told me, she said, this is up to you, Maci. Like, if you want him in you for a little bit longer, just to like come to peace, grieve, like whatever you need, like you can do that. Or if you just like want to have him tomorrow, like we can do that. I said, okay. So like, I still remember, like, I was like, I have a family, like I can't, like I don't have time to grieve. I don't have time to do any of this because like my boys are still boys. I'm still mom. And so like, I remember that night telling Levi, I'm like, don't act any different. Please don't do anything different. Like, I just want to keep doing life because that's all I know. He said, okay. And so we even went to the movies that night, like trying to just keep doing life. Yeah. And it was not good. Like, I just remember going in the hallway, like I couldn't, I think my doctor called me too, like, because we set up my induction and things like that. So it was a couple of days after that we scheduled the induction and had him. But I will say at that point, like after, like we did so much praying of like, prepare this hospital room, prepare all the things. And we don't know what this looks like. And I had no idea that birth would still be like birth.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I thought it would be easier. I don't know, like with him being smaller because he wasn't full term. I was like, because they asked me about an epidural and things like that. I'm like, no, I don't need no epidural. Like, I'm fine.
So I kind of peg you for the kind of gal that could do it without an epidural. I'm just saying.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't do it, but because I was like, there's no way. Like, and at that point, like, once you get to a certain point, you're just like, like, we're good. But so the hospital stay, all of that was just it was good under the circumstances. I mean, like, the Lord just orchestrated every single person that was supposed to be in that room for us. And my nurses were fabulous. And it's sweet the way that they do the things that they do, because, like, I delivered him, and they usually transfer you to mother baby at this point to that floor, or it's the same floor, but they don't, because they don't want you to be around the babies, like to hear the baby cries. And I would have never thought about that. Like, I didn't even think that, because I was getting ready to be transferred, and they're like, no, we usually just keep you here if that's okay. I'm like, makes sense. Thank you so much for I'm glad y'all have that thought through. I'm not the first one to go through this. So, but anyways, at the hospital though, it was really like, under the circumstances, like an incredible stay. So, we had Mason, and it was just things you just don't know, like the funeral home calling you and things like that. Like that was not anything I expected. And like, I don't know if my husband wants me to shit. Like, he struggled with this. Like, he never saw him. He didn't want to. Yeah. Like, he was like, he's like, it doesn't mean that I love him any less. He's like, I just can't bear to like have that be the only image that I have of him. And
I think that's, everybody handles things different, and you don't know until you walk through things how you're going to handle it, how someone else is going to handle it, what the process is like. I love even just you sharing that, because I know that would encourage a woman who may be facing situations that they don't understand, or they don't know why they can't handle it the way they think they should handle it, you just don't know.
No
until you're in whatever it may be,
literally. And even like the whole miscarriage, like that, I think that went through my head of like, I'm not, like, that can never happen to me, like that's not. And then when it does, you're like, whoa, swallow it. Like, you're like, wow. But we ended up cremating him, and that's what felt right to me. And a funeral didn't feel right I don't know why, that just didn't feel right to me. So that's what we did, and we felt at peace with it. And we have different like memorabilia to remember him, and I have pictures of him. And I've
got a question.
Okay.
How do you move on from that point? Like, how did you see the Lord help you through the rest of the grieving process and the guilt that goes through? Because I've talked to many women who have had miscarriages, and they all carry guilt of some sort that is not true, but I think that that's a common thing. So how did you move past the guilt? How were you able to not let yourself carry that burden?
Well, I overloaded the doctor for sure of like, was this me? Was it my husband? And she asked us if we wanted to get testing done, but she had reassured us that none of this was like anything we did.
Yeah.
And so that's why she said, you were more than welcome to get genetic testing if you would like. We knew it. None of that had ran through our family. So, but we just felt like the Lord told us it wasn't necessary. So we just followed through with that. And I think with the Lord telling us, like, it's not necessary because, like, you were going to love him regardless.
Yeah.
We felt at peace of knowing, like, that gave me reassurance. Like, okay, if the Lord's telling me, like, it wasn't me, I'm going to believe it.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to carry that guilt. I'm not going to do that. So,
that's cool.
Because it's just a negative effect. It's not going to, it doesn't bring any goodness. I can't stand mom guilt as it is. You know what I mean? Like,
in general.
But yeah. And I think too, like, my husband reassured me, like, Maci,
like,
it was nothing. Yeah. There was nothing that we did. And
also just, I don't know, thinking about like having that experience then and just knowing Mason like you knew him, and then grieving, but now you have an end cap, you have this exclamation point of hope that came along. So tell us that part of the story too.
Yeah. Well, Levi and I knew, like, we didn't want, that's not how we wanted our family to end. Yeah. And we've talked about kids we talk about kids all the time. Like, people ask us, are y'all done? We're like, we don't know.
Don't know.
Like,
maybe not.
Like,
I love it.
even though, yes, even
you
though
have
after,
your hands full.
Even though after this baby, I did look at him and said, no, we're done. But, yes. So,
but you're a good mama and you love being a mama.
I do.
So,
I do.
Yeah,
I do love
I
being a
can see
mom
that.
so much. So 3 months ago we had Naomi. When we decided to try again, I do know, like, not hesitant, but just like, we wanted to make sure like it was the Lord's timing. Like, we don't want to do anything that wasn't of him. And so we prayed about it. And, we came to the conclusion, like we're good to go. My husband was more or less like, I'm ready to go whenever you are.
Yeah.
Like, I want to make sure you really are ready.
Oh, that's good.
And so, he honors so well, so well. Love him for that. But yeah, so we decided to, and when we got pregnant, my sister wanted to do a gender reveal for us. We hadn't done really a real gender reveal for any of the others. And so she went and got the envelope and did a gender reveal for us. And she did so good because she waited a whole week of not telling anybody.
That's pretty impressive.
Yes, and held just a little thing at her house. And we found out that we were having a little girl. And so we were over the moon. And yeah, so now we have Naomi. She's our little rainbow baby.
Yeah.
Love it. I love that.
Love it.
I had a question while you were talking there. Oh, did y'all, with Naomi, did y'all do the chromosome test, or did y'all decide? Y'all did.
We
do
did.
it. Yeah.
That's how they did the gender. That's how they found out the gender.
You get is that how they do the gender?
Well,
to get it early.
Yes,
you can
to
wait
get it
to
early.
20 weeks and go at the anatomy scan and get it, or you can do it early at 10 weeks and get
get it.
Yeah, and I did.
But that's how it was.
You did go ahead and do it.
I did go ahead and do it.
But, I'm listening, and I'm just, first of all, like, you can just see it's the steady faith that you guys had. Not that it was easy or flawless, or that you didn't cry, or that you didn't doubt or worry or fear. It's that you kept going back. You kept going back. You kept meeting with the Lord, and he would give you something to hold on to, and you would keep walking. And that is just beautiful. And then there was one more thing that I was like, oh, your husband's leadership in that, like, and just y'all's teamwork, and it's beautiful. And so I know it was horrible and hard, and it still is hard as you sit here and cry today. Like, I know that that's just a process that the Lord's going to carry you through, but I really do pray that this brings you some healing.
Thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful.
This is a hard question. I feel like maybe. So we can cut it out if we need to. Okay. But did you ever feel angry with the Lord, and how did you handle that?
I don't know that now that you're saying it, like, I feel like when I first saw his diagnosis of having Down syndrome, I did feel a little upset. Like, I was like, I remember feeling the pity, woe me type, like, why? Like, I don't know. Not like, why did I deserve this? Because, again, it was such a blessing to have a baby. Yeah. Like, there's women that aren't even able to have kids right now, and I'm over here crying about a silly diagnosis. It wasn't even it wasn't life-threatening to know that my son was going to have Down syndrome. Yeah. Like, and sorry, sidetrack. Like, we saw so many things on social media of, like, little boys. Like, we started following families that had Down syndrome. We got involved. Well, I followed the Upside Down Club in like, it was just, I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. He's gonna be so blessed with 2 older brothers. Like, this is gonna be fun. It wasn't until
I love that you had that heart. Like, that's really precious too.
I've always had a heart for special needs,
which is obviously
you're in
why
special education,
it's really
cool.
Yes.
Yes. And that too, I think, actually, I know
that's the Lord.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, I've known that since I worked at Solid Rock. Like, there were groups of people with special needs that would come out to the camp, and I bonded with them so well. And I remember people just confirming time after time, like, you're so good with them. And I didn't think anything of it. I'm like, I'm just loving them. Like, we're just having fun. Yeah. And, like, that was, like, okay, the first sign. And then I went on a mission trip with the softball team at ETBU, bonded with a little boy that had autism. And it's, like, things like that. The Lord just, like, and so, like, when we got the diagnosis of him having Down syndrome, I mean, not initially, but later on, that's when it was like, the Lord has been softening my heart for this moment. Yes, like, we got this. We can do this. But anyways, yes, I was upset.
Yeah. And how did the Lord meet you in that? Like,
I mean, like, I get images all the time, and I literally felt like he was just hugging. Like, it's okay.
It's okay.
Like, like, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
And
gosh, that's how good God is.
Yes,
he's so kind.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Even in the hard, even in the Mason, right, didn't get to live on this earth. Like, even in that, he's still good.
Yes.
And he still meets with you in your anger, and he still loves you through it. And you still get Naomi.
Yes.
And like,
and like, I also feel like, you know, like, yes, I do have I love her so much. And like the sweetest blessing. It's like, I don't even feel like Naomi replaces him. Like, it was just such a, like, he played such a vital role in mine and Levi. In life. The boys don't know it yet, but like, we still talk about him. We're like, yeah, you know, like, you have a brother too, but he's just in heaven right now. And they don't understand, but like, I know it will
one day.
Yes, I know it will. And so, I'm thankful that it doesn't feel like he's been replaced.
Yeah,
he's
that's
just
good.
Honored.
Yeah,
you know, in heaven. And oh, what a sweet reunion. That's what carries me too.
That's cool.
I just can't wait to like see him healed and
full
baby. Like, sweet reunion.
I love that.
This is a little turn in our conversation, but I could sit here and just weep with you all day about what the Lord's done in your heart, even in the process of grief. And so thank you for sharing. Tell us a little bit. You're a coach. You're a mom of littles. You are about to go back to work, and you're leaving your baby. I don't even want to make it even harder, but it's just hard. So how do you balance work and home? What does a normal day in the life of Maci Clayton look like? Softball coach extraordinaire.
It is busy. It's a lot. I mean, I think everyone has their a lot, but for me, it's a lot. Because of like our busyness, like, I don't really prioritize well. I try to, but I don't. And so like sometimes my mornings look like when I wake up, like that's where I get my Jesus time. And it might not be opening my Bible. Like, it might just be I'm laying there, and when my eyes open, I'm just like, start with the thankful and grateful heart. Like, thank you, Lord. And like sometimes that's how it starts. When I have
on an ideal day.
Yes. I will have my coffee, and I will open my Bible up. Generally, I mean, I don't usually follow any kind of like Devo unless I'm like with our life group or something, unless we're doing something, but usually just like where the Lord leads me, and I reassure myself I don't have to read 5 chapters till I get through the day. Like, it can be one verse and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah.
My husband reminds me of that too, because I'll be like, I got to get my reading in. He's like, one verse. Like, it doesn't have to be a lot. It could be a word, Maci. And I'm like, okay, thank you.
Simply talk to the Lord today.
Yes. And so it looks like that. And then Levi's already left at this point. Like, I would love it if we could get to the point of where we can do our time together, but we're just not there yet.
It's just seasonal.
Yes.
Especially with little kids.
Yes. So he's already gone to work at this point. And so after I have my time, if the kids don't wake up during that time, it is usually interrupted, but that's okay. Because they get to see mom doing that, and that's sweet too. So, and then I'm getting the boys ready, and it will eventually be Naomi getting her ready as well. My mother-in-law will come over and have Naomi, and she'll watch her for the day, and then I take Cody, my middle son, to daycare, which is right across from the school. So it is so nice. Yes, so nice. LJ went there as well, but LJ's in pre-K, and so I take him to school, and then teach, coach, till who knows when. I mean, we are getting into that season, so generally, like, I'm home around 6:37, something like that. And again, have a great, incredible husband and dad to my kids, so he usually has dinner already ready for us.
That's awesome.
And
that's awesome.
He'll have them fed because they're on a little bit different. You know, I'll stay up, and then I'll eat, and that's generally when Levi and I will have some time to ourselves, and then start it all over again.
Softball season, busy time.
It is.
I know. I'm glad I caught you right before. I mean, you're gonna get going.
Yes,
and it's time.
It is.
Then you just y'all are about to start. Friday softball practice. That's crazy.
First day, ready or not.
It's good.
No, but it's sweet too, because there's so much like goodness in that season too. As much as like I go through of like, oh, I'm not ready. Yes, I am ready. You know, I'm not. But like when you get in it, it's like, okay, this is what I was made to do. Like, the Lord has called me to this. I'm gonna be excited and ready to go, because like the girls deserve that. Like So
come on, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, I love coaches like that. It's good. So good.
I love my girls.
So, sometimes whenever we have something so unexpected that's hard, that brings grief, once we get through that, it's almost hard for us to live without worry. How do you balance worry?
Definitely a work in progress. I'm not I got it down.
I think it is a seasonal thing for moms too. When you have young kids, there's a lot more opportunity to worry.
Yeah.
Like. So
Well, I don't know.
I mean, I'm not saying it goes away when they get older.
Worry.
Yeah.
It's a whole different word.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail that.
No, me either.
So,
okay, yeah, like I said, definitely a work in progress. I know I keep talking about my husband, but he's like my voice of reason.
Yeah.
I mean, we're different in that sense of, I'm not saying that he doesn't worry, but I mean, like, he just reminds me, like, well, have you taken it to the Lord? Like, why did you? No, I haven't. Yes, I will. So, but yeah, no, I definitely worry, especially like the worst to me is like sickness is where I really feel like that's the hardest for me to just like give it up, because you don't hate to see your baby sick.
You never want your baby sick. That's
or hurting.
Right.
I mean, any of that. It just like it does damage to you. So, like I said, that is a work in progress. But I do ask the Lord to try to take that, not the sickness necessarily away, but just show me how to give that up
through
to
the situation,
because it's hard. It's really hard. I wrote something. Oh yeah. Okay. What I said. I try to take it to the Lord right away. And obviously there's no good in worrying. I mean, it's
I think
not
I'm learning that.
like there's no beneficial thing to.
I have definitely, in my age and in the age of my children, like just where we're at in life in general, I feel like, which I just laugh at, you worry less as your kids get older, but you just learn to trust the Lord more.
Yeah.
I can't control everything. So as you get older, I think that comes too of like just.
And I think I get that in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Of like, something will happen. They'll come out of it. It's like the Lord's like, I told you they were gonna be okay.
Yeah. When they start driving cars for the first time, and you're like, you can't drive around the block because I don't know if there's gonna be an 18-wheeler. Like, I just don't know.
They're trained.
And then they drive around the block and they make it back home, and you're like, okay, it's gonna be fine. I can trust the Lord.
I'm not ready for that.
It's pretty wild. Dear. It's a pretty wild part of life. But
so, what's a scripture you're clinging to right now, or that you clung to through the process?
I love Romans 8:28. Love it. It is. I mean, I don't even know how long it has been a life scripture, but it's my birthday, for one.
Oh,
yeah,
8/28.
8/28. Yeah, my birthday's cool. August 28th. But the Lord is sweet, and like, He shows me that time all the time, and it's like something like last night. Getting ready, I was praying about this, like, Lord, prepare me, like, I want this about you. And as I'm about to lay in the bed, I'm just checking the time, 8:28. I'm just like that's not coincidental.
What
you
is
can't tell me
8:28?
I can do it. Or
the Lord works all things
yes,
together
sorry.
for the good of those who love Him, who are
Okay.
called according to His purpose.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
That's
it's
cool.
such a sweet.
That's one of my
like,
favorites too.
Yes, it is. And like, I don't know, is that a cliche one or not? But
I don't think it is, but I think it replaces those cliches of like, well, everything happens for a reason.
Yes,
It's
exactly.
like, I don't think everything happens for a reason, but I think God
He's
works
gonna work
all
it out
things together for the good.
Yeah.
Even when we make mistakes, even when there's grief, even when there's
Yeah.
He will be working it all for the good.
Yeah.
In His glory.
Yep.
Oof, that's good.
Yep.
If you allow Him.
Yes. Fair.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah, very true. But
Well-
yes, I love that it's my birthday, because I always stick to it. And like, I'm 29, so like, I thought that I was 28 when I went through the thing with Mason, and I was like, whoa, like, but it wasn't. But I mean,
Like,
still,
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
He's still working, even if the numbers didn't
that's
add
right.
up.
That's right. That's right. That's just me trying to be all analytical.
I can get that way too. Yeah.
So what's one piece of advice that you would give a woman today who is sitting on the fence in her faith?
This question's hard. It really is.
There's so much, I feel like.
There really is. And like, I think I'm too like detailed of like, well, what brought them to the fence? Like, you know, like, you know, you want to like figure out, like, you want to make
you
it
want to dig
so, yes.
deep. Yeah.
Yeah. And anyways, I think the first thing that I would tell a woman, because I really thought about this, like, and I prayed about it because this was a tough question, of like just reassuring that woman that they're so valued and so loved. Like, and I went back and looked at scripture and I'm like, Lord, tell me like where that is just like so dead on, because I'm like, is this even in the Bible? Because you hear people say this all the time, you're so loved, you're so valued, like the Lord cares about you. And I'm like, no, I gotta back it up. But like, he has thought about you in the womb. Like, you were beautifully and fearfully made. Like, it started then, and it started way before, but like that is like concrete in the Bible, and it tells you that. So that'd be the first thing. Like, I want to reassure any woman like that they know that, because I know self-image is such a huge thing in women, and it's like, you know, like you need to be reassured, like you're cared for, and you have value in this world. That would be the first thing. And also, I forgot that I wrote down the scripture, Luke 12:7. There's a little bit before it, but he talks to you and tells you that you're more valuable than the sparrows in the sky. Like, how much more could he care about? I mean, you know what I mean? Like, he cares about the sparrows in the sky. How much more will he care about you? And so I just think that that's so sweet that he cares so deeply about us. And then I would tell a woman too, like, you have value in what you do every single day. And it doesn't matter if it's sitting on the couch with your baby because you couldn't get up to do something that day. Like, there's value in that.
That's so good.
And that there's value in being obedient to lead a podcast, even when it feels like, man, I don't know, it's been a rough day, or we can't get people to come. I mean, whatever the case is, like, there's just so many things. Like, there's value in what you do every single day. And the other thing that I prayed about, I felt like the Lord showed me, and it was a clear image. If someone's sitting on a fence, and I'm just thinking, looking forward, like positive, I get positive, the Lord's out in front of you. And if what's behind you is not faith, it's not walking with the Lord, like, how comfortable would it feel to be jumping forward in the Lord's arms versus falling backwards and having no idea what's back there? And so I just think, like, that's so sweet. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Jump forward into the Lord's arms. Jump that side of the fence. Don't fall backwards to where you have no idea what's going to happen.
That's so
you also
good.
rip your britches when you go backwards.
That's true.
You know, nobody wants walking around with a hole in your pants. You
know? No.
That's beautiful, Maci.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
So cool. I love that.
Well, thank you for being here. You were made for this moment, and I know this is going to encourage women, and I'm so pumped for your softball season. I'm so pumped to watch your family continue to grow. You're awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Agreed. It's been a great conversation.
It has been. We'll let Christina pray us out.
Okay.
God, thank you so much for Maci's yes, her vulnerability, Lord, for her story and how you have met her and her family in it, God. God, we ask that you continue to just stir and move in their hearts and help them to just pour out to those around them, God. God, we just pray that you would fill us all up to just do your work and to honor your kingdom, God. God, that you would seek us and prune us, Lord. Lord, that you would meet with us in our fears, in our frustrations, God, and that you would grow us to be able to pour out onto others and show others your love. Lord, we thank you so much for what you're doing through these women who come on and tell their stories, God. God, we just pray for our listeners, Lord. Lord, that you would meet with them right where they are, that they would feel your presence, that they would know your love, and that they would take another step towards you, God. God, that they would step into light and out of the darkness of the unknown of what's behind them and into you who carries us through. Yeah. So, God, thank you for carrying us through. And thank you for your love and your mercy and your grace. And we ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, Maci. You know, you're a listener. We send you out with encouragement, and it's eyes up on the Lord, mind steady on him working all the things together for the good and for his glory, and spirit stirring for what kingdom work he wants to do in your family.
Yes. I receive it. Receive it all.
Okay, thanks for being here. We love you so much.